Hello, everybody, and thank you, Ben, for the kind introduction. I'm really happy to be here and talk about my PhD research on whether robots can be used for the assessment of mental well-being of children. Now, before we even go to that particular topic, you might ask, why do we need robotized assessments in the first place? Yes, and the system works. We are doing mental well-being assessments right now. But one of the main assumptions of traditional mental well-being assessments is that they rely on the person's verbal responses. So whatever they're saying is what they're relying, the assessments are based on. In cases of children that might not have that advanced verbal ability to actually articulate what they're feeling, obviously this becomes a bit shaky. Secondly, sometimes psychological markers are really deep underneath, and children themselves are not able to make sense of whether they are sad, why they are sad, and just would like to talk to somebody about it. So in that particular case, robots basically offer this non-intimidating, engaging environment that make children comfortable. They might think of the robot as a peer and might be able to, discuss with them what they might not discuss with, say, like another adult that they might view as an authority figure. The other thing that robots are capable of doing is also they analyze not just verbal information, they're capable of analyzing non-verbal information, like, person's facial expressions, the way they're talking, how much they're talking, and how they're sitting. So all of these amazing things they can utilize and give like a more comprehensive analysis of somebody's well-being. So for this particular purpose, we had about 41 children that visited the department, about 20 girls, 21 boys. Sorry, we couldn't use the actual images because of privacy reasons. And they interacted with the robot, and you see the robot right there now, in a one-off session where the robot actually conducted some traditional well-being assessments. And I have like a short video of how the...
Hi, my name is Nell. I am very excited to meet you. I am a robot, and this week, I will be talking to you and other children like you to understand children better. I will be asking you a few questions, showing you a few pictures, and we are just going to chat about them. This is not a test or assessment to pass or fail. It is just a chat to find out about you. Is that okay? Please press the orange part of my right twist for yes. Otherwise, press the orange part of my left twist for no, and I can call Nida to explain again.
So as you saw, the children actually, we wanted the children to interact with the robot because all of them just wanted to touch the robot and, just tickle it. So that's why we put the yes and the no. Otherwise, there was one incident where we had asked the children to fist bump and people would go a bit too much on the robot. Yeah, we had to protect the robot in that case. Before they came, we actually made them do some assessments. So they self-reported it. And also we made the parents do some assessments about their children's well-being. And then we made the robot actually conduct the same kind of assessment. And one of the findings of this particular work was that if you rank them in order, actually robotized assessment was able to amplify the differences between the different well-being levels. Then the second one was self-reported, which was followed by parent report, because parents were a bit more optimistic about their children's well-being. The robots are also, as I said, they're capable of this amazing thing of, analyzing non-verbal information too. So we wanted to see not just verbal information, how can robots use some of the non-verbal information, like say facial action units, which is like basically just facial expressions, and also audio features like pitch, harmonic ratio, all these different kinds of features. We used about 91 features to see if this can be used to the main aim was to basically build an automated assessment, and we will talk about that later. What we use this just to see if within different well-being levels, if there's any difference in how children behave. And one of the findings was that children that are less likely to have any well-being concerns were more expressive than children that are more likely, and likely because they might be enjoying the session with the robots. They were like, yay, no, so that kind of interaction. Robots can be equipped with all this amazing information. They can be equipped with data mining. They can be equipped with pattern recognition, and that can be used for automated assessments. One of the main advantages of robots. So one of the studies that we did where in this particular work, we actually just used some of the audio data and we did like a standard machine learning thing to predict well-being. And we also did like a little bit of sentiment analysis to see just from what the children are saying, just from their narrations, if we can actually determine whether they are feeling okay or not. The other main advantage of technology in general, and I wouldn't just say that about robots, is that they are scalable. They can be used. Obviously, the study that I've described up until now was based in Cambridge, so it was for children in Cambridge or in the London area. But we also wanted to see, this should be available to everybody all over the world. So what we did was what anybody did during the pandemic. We put the robot on Zoom, and we wanted to see if children all over the world could interact with him. And we were quite happy with just the amount of signups that we had. There was a point where I felt like it went viral because just too many people contacting me, and we had to put a stop somewhere. And we had children, signing up from Tajikistan, from Australia and America. Scheduling was a nightmare, but eventually we ended up, having about 40 children. So this was how it looked in the lab where I was sitting, and that was a participant view, what they saw on their computer. You might ask that, what you've discussed so far is like, there might be some novelty, like a child might look at the robot, wow, so exciting, but say 10 sessions later, would they still be interested? So that's one of the reasons we also wanted to see. We conducted 3 sessions and saw that whether that effect still persists in the long term, or is it dwindling and we need to look up some other methods. So one of the findings was that, yes, online assessments also can be used for assessment of mental well-being of children, and children's overall perception of the robot either actually remained the same or it actually improves. So the children that were a bit hesitant to interact at first, towards the 3rd session, they were literally treating like a robot, as like a peer. So it actually improved or it remained the same. So this just shows that yes, even long term, robots could provide that kind of solution for assessing mental well-being. So to end my talk, I'd like to show how exactly we want to place this robot in the entire mental well-being pipeline in the UK. Unfortunately or fortunately, how well-being assessments are done in the United Kingdom is not standardized. So this is one of the pipelines that we hope to show, but it will give everybody an idea where the robot can be placed, because obviously, robots can never replace a psychologist or a clinician because their expertise far outweigh anything that a tech thing can and will be able to do. But we hope that the robot can aid them in that particular process. So this is my friend Alex, who says hello to everybody. So like children Alex's age, sometimes he's sad and would like to talk to somebody about it. But families like Alex's can be contacted either through schools or through the National Patient Register, their individual search. Once consent has been achieved and received, there's a date that's been set for Alex's assessment. And there's a lay interviewer that actually helps Alex do the online assessment in that particular case. And the clinician analyzes Alex's responses, and this is where the real diagnosis takes place. Now, in the case of robotized assessment, instead of like the lay interviewer, we hope that the robot can actually conduct the assessment in a comfortable environment for Alex. And obviously, a robot would not just use Alex's verbal responses, they will also use some of the non-verbal behavior like facial expressions, audio, the way Alex is sitting. And then the clinician has a more comprehensive understanding and more holistic understanding of Alex's well-being to take like an action call needed. So obviously both pipelines lead to the assessment of mental well-being, but with timely support and proactive evaluation, kids like Alex can grow up in a very supportive environment. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Just to end, I'd like to thank all the people that supported the work and all the collaborators that, helped me in this journey. Thank you.